for every activity under the sun. It is a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. A very good morning, a sad morning for us. We are here today to celebrate my uncle, Pops Naidu. To many of us, he's our uncle, a friend, father, and we honor him, we celebrate him. Whenever you phone my uncle, and most of his family is from Durban, he'll always tell you he's praying for you, he loves you. But today we gather here to pray for him, to remember him, and to honor him. I know my uncle for the last 44 years, and what a special relationship he has had with his family, his two sisters, his children, Auntie Tammy, his cousins, and I'm very proud to say that he is my uncle. Some people, you have family members, maybe you're not so proud to be associated with them, but I can stand here and say, I am so proud to say that he was my uncle, he'll always be my uncle. And I would like to firstly also bring attention to my uncle's special love for his three sons, Christian, Kuven, and Mershon. And he always spoke about his three grandchildren, Haley, Zayden, and Hayden. And he should tell all the stories whenever he should come to Durban. He should share all the stories, and you should see his grandchildren, and they loved him unconditionally, and he loved them unconditionally. And whenever we saw our uncle or we spoke to him, he always told us the stories of how he went and saw Christian, or he went to see Mershon, and what they did and where they went. So his life was about all the small details, spending time with his family, loving them. It's not some big event that's happening, it's every day that you love your children unconditionally. And I think that bond with his children and his grandchildren is what brought life to him, what brought joy to him. And every July, our Auntie Tammy and my uncle would bring their children to Durban for 1 week during the holidays. And they'd spend that time with our family. And that was the most exciting times in our lives, that we spent together, we bonded together, and my uncle and also my auntie, who were full of love. They spent all their time with us, and we spent all our time with them. And my uncle, he possessed a fierce love for his family. He was a strong protector to his children, to his sisters, his nieces and nephews. He was a defender to them. And he became very angry and upset if you hurt his loved ones. So we have so many memories when my uncle and his family came to Durban. We'd spend 1 week, we'd go to the beach, we'd go visiting family. My uncle had a car, and my auntie, I'm not sure how the car could take 16 people and 20 people. He never left anyone out. If you were there, you were part of our family. Whatever he had, he shared. So he was a man of pure love. And I remember all my cousins, and we always played games with my uncle. We always were laughing, we were full of joy. And that's my uncle's special strength, that he was a man of love. And he laid down his life for his children, Christian, Kuben, and Mershon. He gave his best. He worked hard with Auntie Tammy, giving you all the best. He honored you all. He actually lowered himself to exalt you all. And I know that you all will continue doing that in memory of your father. And we live in a time in the world where people are lovers of themselves. We are self-absorbed with assets and material things. But my uncle was a very different person. He was a person of love. He was a person of giving everything that he had. And if I have to remember my uncle, this is what I'm going to remember about him. He was a person of selfless love. That he gave you everything. He loved you unconditionally. In the 44 years I know my uncle, I never know him to complain about anyone. He never spoke bad about anyone. Even his worst enemy, he'd say, forget that, forgive them, love them. So that family that it comes from, my mother, my granny, my auntie, they have that same characteristics. And in today's world, it's very difficult to find people like that. So we never imagined that we'd be here today, that we'd be saying goodbye to my uncle. But a small history about my uncle. Pops Naidu is the third child and the only son of my late grandfather and granny, Mr. Jago Naidu and Mrs. Alma Naidu. He was born on the 23rd of January 1961. And in our family, in the Naidu family, there's a strange phenomenon. One person is dying and another person is born. So you can never forget when the person died, you can never forget when the person is born. So my uncle, he died on the 12th of October 2023. 25. My granny, his mother, Alma Naidu, that's a day of her birthday. So we can never forget our granny, we can never forget our uncle, the only son in the Naidu family, and the Naidu family now is all reducing in that generation. My uncle was born in Brighton Beach, Durban, and then he relocated to Chatsworth, Unit 3. That's where he lived for his entire childhood with his 3 sisters, Angela, Janiki, and Segri. And he was also close to because his father died when he was 5 years old, so he lived with he was close to his uncle, Uncle Moon, Uncle Roy, Uncle Cliffy, Uncle Louis, and their father, and their one sister. And then my uncle, he relocated, well, first he was in the Navy, and that's where he learned all his discipline and his strictness. And then he relocated to Newcastle. He was a policeman in Newcastle for 8 years. And then he relocated to Johannesburg. But what a man he was to us, a true legend, a gentle man, a caring man, a compassionate man, full of love. We are going to miss him. We're going to miss him a lot. And as I said before, I never see my uncle angry. He never complained about anything. He never complained about anyone. It was just about love. And today we are not only here for my uncle, we are also here for ourselves. You see, my uncle is a unique person in that his story is associated with everyone. He has shared love with us. He's a fundamental part of our story. If you didn't know him personally, you know his children, which is a product of him, of his legacy, of his principles. And your story cannot be complete without his story. And we are lucky and fortunate to be part of his story, and we are blessed for him to be part of our story. And as I said, he was very generous, he was very soft-hearted. He wouldn't even hurt a fly. I never saw my uncle angry, I never saw him fighting with anyone. And my uncle was a very, very friendly person, very caring. If you came to the house, he'd make you feel welcome. He'd give you a plate of food, he'd share his stuff that he had, he'd always help you. He'd never, if you asked you to buy cigarettes for him, if you had one box of cigarettes, he'll share it with 5 people. Then you'll shout at him, why are you sharing the stuff with everyone? He's like that, just out of love, just full of love. And if you know my uncle, you know he was very humble, he was very disciplined. Those that knew him, he had 2 sides. When he was sober, my uncle was very disciplined, he was very strict. And through discipline, you can achieve much in life, and that's what he did. He also liked the beach, he liked Durban, he liked all his classic cars, he was very proud of Gleason and Kugan and Merchant, and all the stories, the fishing, and everywhere they went. And now recently his grandchildren, he started talking more about his grandchildren and his children. And if you know my uncle well, you know he likes movies, you know Bloodsport, kickboxer, you know flying jokes, you know Tampo. When my uncle was drunk and he displayed that love, he would start playing with his nieces and nephews, and he liked karate and he'd fight. That was the type of person he was. And today we celebrate his life, 64 years, we acknowledge him, we acknowledge his legacy and all that he's done. And we have to say that we love our uncle, we call him Hana, he's our uncle, and we say we love you, we've always cared about you, we've always worried about you. The blood that runs in your veins runs in our veins, and we will never forget you, we'll always honor you. Time is the most valuable resource we have. Sadly, it's also the most undervalued, constrained resource, and the most neglected resource. And you cannot create time, you cannot manufacture time. You cannot put it in the engineering factory and say, here's more time. The time we have is limited, it's finite, it's constrained. And once your time is over and the big man calls you, we just have to remember our uncle and all the moments, the small moments of love, of him loving us unconditionally, of him sharing his life with us. And that's what we're going to remember about. But from the first speaker and me, the theme that's common is love, unconditional love, and that's what my uncle had. And these are our final moments with him in the physical, but we'll always remember him. And so my uncle, I'll say that you'll be sorely missed. You'll always be remembered. You'll be loved by our family genealogy, and our future generations. That generation of Naidu people is coming to a close end. There's only a very few people left, and we love them and cherish them, but it's time for the next generation of those people. So my uncle will always honor you, will always celebrate you. And from our family, Jane Kennedy, Angela, Segri's beloved late sister, Auntie Rosie, Uncle Cliffy, Uncle Bala, Naron, Nalini, Derek, Terence, Danelle, Adrian, Natalie, Lavesh, Narissa, Avir, Riva, Brutus, Archie, Luna, Sebastian, Spike, Poppy, and everyone else. We love you, we will remember you, and we are here with you. Thank you.